The grid is down. Every circuit fried. Electromagnetic pulse doesn't discriminate. It kills what's smart, what's connected, what's computerized. Your F-150 with lane assist? Dead. Your Ram with the 12-inch screen? Paperweight. Your Silverado that needs a software update to start? You're walking. But there's another breed. Machines built when engineers used slide rules instead of laptops. When fuel pumps were mechanical and carburetors didn't need computers to breathe. This is the list they don't want you to know about. Number 10. Tatra 813 8x8. The Tatra 813. Most trucks have a ladder frame. The Tatra has a backbone, a central steel tube that houses the entire drivetrain. The axles swing independently. You can lose 2 wheels and keep moving. This is Czechoslovakian engineering from the 1960s, built for the Warsaw Pact to invade Western Europe. The spine runs from bumper to bumper. Everything bolts to it. Transmission, transfer case, differentials, all inside that tube, protected. The engine is an air-cooled V12. No radiator to crack, no coolant to leak, no water pump to fail. 12 cylinders breathing mountain air at negative 40 degrees. It was designed to cross the Alps in winter, to ford rivers, to operate when supply lines were cut and mechanics were dead. 8 driven wheels, 250 horsepower. It doesn't negotiate terrain, it conquers it. The problem? You'll never find one. Production stopped in 1982. Most were scrapped after the Cold War ended. The few that survived are in museums or behind barbed wire in Eastern Europe. But if you see one rolling down your street after the lights go out, get out of its way. Number 9. Jeep Cherokee XJ 4.0 liter. This is the cockroach, the scavenger, the truck that refuses to die because you can build 3 running Cherokees from the parts of 5 dead ones. Between 1984 and 2001, Jeep built over 2 million of them. That means every junkyard in America has fenders, axles, transmissions, and seats. The 4.0 engine, the AMC-designed inline-6, is still running in half of them. This engine has 7 main bearings, bulletproof block, gear-driven oil pump, no timing belt to snap, just a chain that outlives the body panels. The early models, 1984 to 1991, have minimal electronics, mechanical fuel injection on the Renix system, basic distributor ignition, no traction control, no ABS in most trims. Turn the key and it starts. The unibody construction makes purists angry, but it's lighter than a body-on-frame. Better fuel economy, the same Dana 30 front axle as a Wrangler. Dana 35 in the rear, weak, but replaceable with a Dana 44 in an afternoon. Does it have the infamous death wobble? Probably, but unlike a modern suspension fault that requires a dealership reset, you can fix this with a wrench and a $20 steering dampener. Modern Jeeps have 9 airbags and 17 computer modules. The XJ has a steering wheel and a will to live.
Number 8. UAZ 469. The UAZ 469 is Soviet engineering. There are no features. There are no options. There is a steel box with 4-wheel drive and a hand crank on the front bumper. When the battery dies at negative 50 degrees, you step outside and crank it manually. The compression releases with a lever inside the cab. You turn the crank 15 times, reset the compression, and the engine fires. The engine is a 2.5-liter inline-4, 75 horsepower, pushrod design from the 1950s, carbureted, mechanical distributor. A child could rebuild it with a wrench set and a hammer. It was deployed in Afghanistan, Siberia, and every Soviet satellite state. The tolerances are loose, gaps in the doors. Wind whistles through the cab. This isn't a flaw, it's intentional. Tight tolerances freeze. Loose machinery keeps moving. There is no rust protection, no undercoating. You're expected to wire brush it and spray used motor oil underneath every autumn. Maintenance is survival. The heater core is the size of a lunchbox. The fan sounds like a helicopter, but when temperatures drop to negative 60 and diesel gels in the tank, the UAZ starts every time. It's served in wars no one remembers, in territories that don't exist on maps anymore. It hauled troops, ammunition, and wounded across terrain that had no roads and never would. The UAZ doesn't care about comfort. It cares about tomorrow. Number 7. International Scout 2 with Nissan Diesel. The International Scout 2 with the Nissan SD33 diesel. International Harvester didn't build cars. They built farm equipment. The Scout was a tractor with doors. The SD33 diesel, a Nissan inline 6, replaced the underpowered gas engines in the late 1970s. This engine is indirect injection. No computer, no sensors, no turbo, just compression and heat. Gear-driven timing. Not a belt, not a chain, gears. Cast iron block. 75 horsepower and 140 pound-feet of torque at idle. It doesn't accelerate, it pulls. The frame is full boxed steel. Dana 44 front and rear axles as standard. Leaf springs thick enough to support a plow. This wasn't designed for weekend trails. It was designed to haul grain during harvest and pull stumps in the off-season.
Number 6. Jeep J20 Gladiator. Not the modern plastic version, the 1970s original. This is a Wrangler on steroids. Full-size truck frame, Dana 60 front axle, corporate 14-bolt or Dana 60 rear, 8-lug wheels. This was Jeep's answer to Ford and Chevy 1-tons. The bed is 8 feet long. Payload is 3,000 pounds. That's ammunition. That's fuel drums. That's enough supplies to relocate when the cities collapse. The engine options were agricultural, the AMC 360 or 401 V8s, cast iron blocks, mechanical fuel pumps, Edelbrock carburetors that you can rebuild on a tailgate with a flathead screwdriver. The frame is fully boxed, leaf springs front and rear, no coils to sag, no airbags to leak. Just stacked steel compressing and rebounding for 50 years without maintenance. Ranchers use them to haul feed in winter. Construction crews use them to move equipment to remote job sites. The Forest Service used them as fire patrol vehicles because they could carry water tanks and navigate trails that would destroy a civilian pickup. The ground clearance is 9 inches stock. With 35-inch tires, you're over obstacles that nothing else touches. It's not refined. The ride is punishing. The steering is vague. Fuel economy is 12 miles per gallon downhill with a tailwind. But refinement dies when the refineries close. The Gladiator keeps moving. Number 5. Dodge Power Wagon First Generation, 1946 to 1968. This is America's war hero. Dodge took the 3/4-ton military truck from World War II, painted it civilian colors, and sold it to farmers and loggers. The body panels are 16-gauge steel, twice as thick as anything made today. You can stand on the hood without denting it. Bullets ricochet. The engine is a 230 cubic inch flathead inline 6, 94 horsepower. The cam is in the block. Valves are side-mounted. This design is from 1930. It's obsolete, agricultural, and indestructible. The Power Wagon has a power takeoff, a PTO, a mechanical output from the transfer case to run external equipment, winches, generators, sawmills. You can power a homestead from the driveline. The front winch is mechanical. Braden MU2, 8,000 pounds of pull. No electric motor to corrode, no solenoid to fail. Just gears and a clutch lever. It was designed for rural America in the 1940s. No paved roads, no mechanics within 50 miles. You fixed it yourself or you walked. Utility companies used them to string power lines across mountain terrain. Logging operations used them to haul timber out of forests where roads didn't exist. The military used them in Korea because they already knew the platform from the war. The cab is Spartan. No insulation, no carpet. Metal floor. The heater is optional. The defroster is a joke. You wore a coat. The suspension is leaf springs and solid axles. No independence, no compliance. Every rock transfers through the frame into your spine. This is the truck that rebuilt America after the war. It cleared forests, plowed snow, and pulled combines. It's nostalgia wrapped in steel, and it will outlive everything made in the last 20 years.
Number 4. Toyota Hilux Solid Axle Diesel. The Toyota Hilux Solid Front Axle Diesel Engine. Pre-1995. This is the AK-47 of trucks. In 1987, Chad was fighting Libya. The Libyans had Soviet tanks, artillery, and air support. Chad had Toyota Hiluxes. They mounted machine guns in the bed, loaded them with troops, and used speed and mobility to destroy armored columns. They called it the Toyota War. Chad won. The Hilux became the universal vehicle of irregular warfare. Militias in Africa, insurgents in the Middle East, rebels in South America. Not because it's tactical, because it doesn't stop. The 22R gasoline engine and the L series diesels are legendary. The 22R is a 2.4-liter inline-4, single overhead cam, timing chain, mechanical fuel pump. 200,000 miles is braking. The L series diesel, 2L, 3L, or 5L depending on year, is even simpler. Indirect injection, no electronics, no glow plug relay on early models, just a manual button you hold for 10 seconds. The solid front axle is the key. Independent front suspension is lighter and rides better, but solid axles are simpler. 2 U-joints, 1 differential, leaf springs. You can rebuild the entire front end with basic hand tools. Number 3. Humvee M998 military spec. The HMMWV, the Humvee, military designation M998. This is not the civilian H1. This is the actual military truck. 87 inches wide. That's 7 feet, 3 inches. Wider than a full-size pickup. The reason is the portal hubs. The axle doesn't run through the center of the wheel. It runs above it. Gears inside the hub drop the power down. This gives you 16 inches of ground clearance without lifting the chassis. You can drive over obstacles that would stop anything else. Curbs, logs, wrecked cars. The diff is 2 feet off the ground. The engine is a 6.2-liter Detroit diesel V8. Mechanical injection, naturally aspirated, 150 horsepower. It's slow, it's loud, it's reliable. There is no ECU, no sensors, no oxygen monitors. The injection pump is mechanical. Fuel goes in, compression ignites it, power comes out. Fuel capacity is 25 gallons. Split tanks under the rear bench seats. Armored on military models. If one tank punctures, you switch to the other from inside the cab. The interior is industrial, metal everywhere. Switches are military spec. Gauges are analog. No power windows, no air conditioning in base models. The heater runs off engine coolant.
Number 2. Mercedes Unimog S404. The Mercedes-Benz Unimog S404, this is German over-engineering applied to a problem no one else was trying to solve. What if a truck could climb mountains? Portal axles, like the Humvee, but the Unimog does it better. The axle runs 16 inches above the wheel hub. Ground clearance is 18 inches. With military tires, 24. You don't drive around obstacles, you drive over them. Fallen trees, boulders, vehicles. The Unimog doesn't care. The engine is an OM312 inline-6 diesel. Pre-chamber indirect injection, 82 horsepower. Naturally aspirated, no turbo, no intercooler, no computer. The transmission is a 6-speed manual with high and low range. 12 forward gears. Crawl ratio is so low you can climb a wall at idle. Top speed and low range first gear, half a mile per hour. The frame is ladder style with coil spring suspension. Yes, coils, but not independent. Solid axles with coils and radius arms. Articulation is extreme. Wheels stay planted on terrain that would lift a leaf spring truck off the ground. Like the Power Wagon, it has a PTO, but the Unimog takes it further. Front PTO, rear PTO, hydraulic pumps. You can run snowplows, cranes, or generators directly from the driveline. The M35 A2, the Deuce and a half. This is the only truck on this list that solves the fuel problem. The LDT 465 multi-fuel engine doesn't just run on diesel. It runs on gasoline, kerosene, jet fuel, heating oil, used motor oil, transmission fluid, vegetable oil. Walk into a garage after the collapse. Find a barrel of used oil drained from dead cars. Pour it through a screen to catch metal shavings. Pour it into the tank. The Deuce will burn it. Find a barrel of transmission fluid in an abandoned shop. Pour it in. It runs. Siphon kerosene from a heater in a farmhouse. Pour it in. It runs.